And I think that's beautiful. That's amazing. And I think it's going to make you look outstanding.
Above the visuals, above the text, above what you say, how that video makes them.
People don't buy the product, they buy the
I can't keep this all to myself. I got all you need and I'm sharing the wealth. Talking it up, who should I tell? Like, blah, 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 blah. I can't keep this all to myself.
Welcome to the Pitch Session. This is a weekly show where we like to sit down and go over a real brand just like yours, look at its photos, videos, and its marketing, and give some tips and suggestions on how it could have a better return on investment as a business in a whole. Hi, everyone. My name's Jason.
I'm Hilda.
And I'm Nathan.
And together, we are EO7 Media. Let's begin.
Next time, can we do it where we all say EO7 Media together?
No!
Like all together. Yeah.
Okay, stop being cheesy.
I literally wanted to pause and just listen to his thought for a second. Because sometimes he drops some like really good knowledge, like
Today's
a clumsy
not that
librarian.
day.
And I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
And then
I don't know. We should try it next time. Just
all right.
fun.
So, guys, welcome back.
Yeah.
Yay.
We are kicking butt this week. We are rocking forth on our other show, Coffees and Cameras, Cookies and Cameras. Oh, I kind of want to do a show called Cookies and Cameras.
No, I'm not starting another show.
For the
No.
holiday season. Do one episode.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Not a bad
Cookies
idea.
I
and
like
milk
it.
and everything.
Cookies and milk and cameras.
I like it. All
I
right,
like it.
cool.
I
Holiday
like it.
episode.
Every 5 minutes, I'll bring like a new plate.
Okay.
Don't play with my emotions.
No,
No, do it.
seriously.
Let's do
There
it.
better be gluten-free shit in there too.
We got some, yeah.
Cool.
Oh my God, we do.
Oh my
We
God.
do.
Now I'm all excited.
This week we are looking at a award winner because we had that contest at Nail Bash, and we had a lot of people sign up, and we picked. It was chosen.
Yes.
A polished work, and the owner is Monica Abernathy. Now I'm taking over your kind of normal position here. I'm sorry.
So the branding. So we're going to start
Let's
the branding
jump
segment.
into the branding of a polished work.
All right.
Nathan, go.
You guys ready to jump into branding?
Yeah, I'm ready to do the branding
Let's
segment.
do it.
All right, 15 minutes on the clock. Okay, so this is a polished work nail salon and event lounge.
Yeah.
All right, that's their specific classification. Owned by Monica Abernath in Chicago, East 76th Street. Her ideal customer is a woman from between 35 to 65 years. Income around $125,000, and somebody who's looking for safe, sanitary, quality nail salon with exceptional service. Favors quality, doesn't mind paying more. For marketing, she's tried all sorts of things. She's tried referrals, loyalty program, social media, emailing, and text marketing, and she wants to try like influencer marketing. They're on just about like every single social media. Their big focus is Instagram, Facebook, email. The thing they need most help with is YouTube and TikTok and LinkedIn. Her marketing goal, which is what we're going to be focusing on today, is creating a follower base.
Looking to the future, our vision for a polished work extends beyond the traditional confines of a nail spa. We aspire to evolve into a complete lifestyle brand, which I think is a beautiful goal and something that can be obtainable, but there's no but. Like, you just need to put down the steps at every level. Because, and this is why I wanted to read this thing, because I think this is so beautiful. Every aspect of our brand celebrates hope, transformation, and triumph. Our goal is to become the symbol of empowerment and positive change in the lives of our clients and the community we serve. I think the reason I wanted to read that is because she knows what her brand is. This is one of those cases where like she has put so much thought into her brand and where it's going that I think she is really focused on the goal-centric orientation of her brand. And that's beautiful. That's wonderful.
Her vision is very clear.
It's clear.
Yes.
It is concrete, and it is something that she can actually do. Now she just needs to take the steps to get there.
Yeah. And she's been taking incredible steps.
Yes,
So just
very
some
much
things
so.
need to be tweaked. That's all.
She's a full-service nail salon and event space, event venue. That's in her title, event venue.
Yep.
What would that mean?
Where like there's a space in her area, like in her backyard, it looks like, that she's renting out for events.
Okay.
So that was a little bit confusing to me But yeah, that's what she's doing. So it's like it looks like it's two businesses in one because I don't see how
Okay.
it would be tied together.
Let's talk about her avatar really quick. It is a female avatar, so we want to focus toward women.
Yeah.
Hilda,
35 to 65.
and I'm going to be leaning on you a lot for that kind of demographic because I don't want to speak for women out there. And 35 to 65, which is someone who is not looking at the latest TikToks and the super newest trends of the magazines. It's someone who's a little more established in their life.
Yep. They know what they want.
They know what they want, and they're willing to do what they need to get what they want.
Yes.
It's no longer like, hey, what can I get at the dollar store? You know, they're not looking for deals at Walmart.
They want
you know,
quality.
they want quality. And she does go into that, the quality items. Doesn't mind the higher price if it ensures receiving quality service and goods. So that's what needs to be reflected in their marketing. When you are advertising to your avatar, and that's what this is your avatar, you want to speak to them. You want to speak to the person you actually want to have walk in your door. Now, the last thing we had on here was that the avatar is making $125K a year. So upper class.
Yes.
Upper middle class. I don't really know the definition.
Sounds up like I
like
suppose upper class.
Upper
is,
class, not
Okay.
upper middle.
I don't know anyone
I think
making that
over
much.
100. Yeah,
I don't know
is
anyone
upper.
like in my
Yeah.
friend
No.
group making that much.
I don't either, so I would assume they're not anywhere close to me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
They've gone through social media, but they've had negative responses from it, negative aspects, because they're not seeing the pull from
Okay, so
it.
it's not necessarily negative as much as in it's just not performing.
Correct.
So it's not like she got bad
But
feedback.
I'm wondering if she's feeling it's negative. Because if she's not putting her eggs in the basket being like, yeah, social media is the way to go, then maybe she's feeling like, well, I'm not getting the return from it.
Gotcha.
Which we'll talk about. She wants to try influencer and content marketing. Okay, so we will go over the content ideas, obviously, for the show. Influencer marketing is something we have not talked about on the show yet, but I think it's very important. What is your opinions of influencer marketing, like, especially talking from like two different generations?
Well, do you want me to go first?
Please.
I've been wanting to try influencer marketing for my own business, and I think it's a great untapped potential because a lot of people either don't know about it or are not using it. Influencer marketing is somebody who's on Instagram mostly and they have a lot of followers and you pay them X amount of money or maybe trade them even services for them to do something for your brand, such as like, here's my new t-shirt or lipstick, like what Kim Kardashian does basically, but at a much cheaper level if you find somebody local. So I think like influencer marketing doesn't have to be like, I don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend. It could be a local influencer with like 10,000 followers and it could only be like $1,000 for them to give you a shout out.
Right.
I think that would be huge ROI for somebody that finds the right fit for their business.
And I do want to express that it's not just Instagram; it's any platform
True.
whatsoever.
But my brain's
it could be
always on
radio
Instagram.
DJs.
Got it.
You know,
probably
the
Instagram is probably the primary one in terms of social media, but
Right.
you also got TikTok and
Right.
things.
TikTok
But
and YouTube.
radio
I think.
DJs, that's interesting. So like
that wouldn't be influencer though, would
Why
it?
not? Why not?
Because it would be paid marketing.
No, it would be paid marketing if you paid them the station to
But
do it on the show.
If the
the
voice
influencer.
if the voice on the radio is somehow famous, like
Correct.
you would consider an influencer.
Yeah, gotcha.
So radio, as an example, is okay, but a better example would be like a podcast too, or something, right? Like
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
So
listen to this
basically anybody that's
and-
got a following is influencer, right? Okay.
I think so. Anyone influential.
Bingo.
But I mean, yeah. In terms of like approaching the ideal customer, it's a good question. I don't know if I have a great answer to. But if influencer marketing is the way to go for somebody between 35 to 65, maybe there. A lot of people who are older are starting to use Instagram and TikTok and all these things. But really, you're going to get younger people. If
But
you're-
remember, don't limit yourself to just those platforms. There's
Sure. But so you have to.
tons
She
of-
might want to be creative about
Yes.
what how she thinks
Yeah.
of influencers.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
what kind of maybe the event the nail bash event, they had that influencer there.
Bingo.
True.
That type of thing might be.
That's very
Starts
much
to make
thinking out
sense.
of the box from what, I think of as like influencer.
Right,
But you're right. Like
right.
that Nail Daddy was an influencer
Yeah.
in the nail market.
Don't
so.
limit your idea of what something can be. before you actually try something outside.
And I'm sure YouTube has influencers
100%.
too. So
Most
it's like
definitely.
that's something I would maybe think about.
As someone who lives on YouTube and studies it, I will follow my YouTube people, the people I actually care about and people I actually value their opinion on. Their opinion on something matters more to me than anything else. So the functionality of something isn't as important as hearing someone I actually know and trust say it works.
Wow. Okay.
You know, so if they're doing a review on something, if they're just talking about it in passing,
Gotcha.
I'm apt to listen. So it can be something as simple as that.
True.
You just have give someone a run through your services and then they talk about it on their channel, whatever that channel is. It doesn't have to be in the social media. It can be literally anything.
Gotcha.
Let's talk about our ROI.
So I mean, with the ROI, creating a follower base.
Yes.
It's I guess maybe it's another question of where would we recommend that she build this follower base?
Right.
Is it Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot? She does have a lot of actually followers on Instagram in comparison to her the
Let's
number that she's following. If
Take
you
a
wanna
look at
pull
that
up.
really quick.
I think she's like a 3-to-1 ratio or something.
That's pretty impressive.
Followers to following.
Okay, so she has 4,168 posts on Instagram, 3,689 followers, and she is following 1,000. I don't see the correlation between what you follow versus what you followers.
Well, okay. Well, I don't. I'm a little ignorant of maybe how it actually would affect things, but it seems to me just by like my intuition that if you're, let's say you have 3-to-1 followers
Right,
to who you're
right.
following, it means people actually want to follow you.
Yes.
More so,
If,
yes.
if you have 1,000 followers and you're following 1,000 people, it's
Yeah.
like those are like
Yep.
reciprocal.
It seems
followers.
reciprocal.
Gotcha. I see your
Yeah.
point.
And there are differing views
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this. To me, it's not as important. I would rather have like real followers than people who like and follow equally, you know? And I would rather follow people I actually care about and actually see the value of following. So
Sure.
if it is a one-to-one, I understand how it's the output, the look of things. I also understand that I am not my target audience. So my way of thinking is not everyone's way of thinking. And I think the way you're thinking, I think is how it's generally perceived.
Yes, I agree with Nathan.
And if it's the right, maybe you could do with less followers if it's quote unquote the right people,
Right.
as in like more
Yeah.
likely to be your customer
Correct.
or refer you or things like that. So I guess the numbers, you don't judge it just by the numbers.
It's
but-
it's not it's by the quality of those
Yes.
numbers. Like I've always said, I would rather have 100 awesome people who followed us, who really paid attention and engaged with us, than 10,000 fake followers. I would rather have the 100. That means more to me.
I want 10,000 followers. To be honest with you.
So the other thing, their YouTube, they have 4 videos on and 3 subscribers, one of them being us. So we will work on that. And they want to talk about their app. They've been in business for 10 years, but they want to create a follower base. So everything we're creating today, everything we're talking about, everything we're coming up with is to dish out more followers, to grow their legion of loyal fans
Yep.
and make their brand something awesome. Okay.
Awesome with an O.
Awesome with an O.
Awesome.
A polished awesome. Is there anything else that we need to discuss, or
Not that-
are we
not
ready
that
to
I can
jump
think
in?
of. I'm ready to move
Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready to jump in. Let's go on to video.
Let's see if we can make the timer work.
on. Pause. Hold on.
Pause.
No
Reset.
pausing on our
Oh, now it's
show.
counting up.
We are looking for electronic timer recommendations. Please feel free to comment with your favorite timer
This thing sucks.
because this thing sucks. And we can't do manual egg timer because Jason refuses to use it.
I want digital.
He wants digital. So we want maybe a kid-friendly digital timer.
I'd be okay with
There
that.
you
Yeah,
go.
a child, one that a
Yes.
child could operate.
We could
Yes.
use a phone.
I suggested I hope you're going to.
Look, it's counting up. Now we could,
What did you do?
Okay.
and we're back.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
15
jump in to video. All right. Well, guys, this is my favorite part because I like to talk about video.
you like
So
to
we're gonna
dance.
dive in. On their website is a lack of video. I'm not seeing anything. Granted, I have not gone through everything,
I
but
have not come across video on their website either.
Nope, I have not. I'm not.
And
not
it
seeing
should be
anything.
pretty obvious if it's.
It should be pretty
yes.
obvious.
So,
So here's the thing I want to keep in mind. One, you want to grow your follower base, and you want your followers to be female 35 to 65 with a expenditure of money, like an access
money,
amount.
yes.
Yeah, okay, I know words. To have excess amount of money because they want quality items and services.
Mm-hmm.
To do this, you cannot just put out videos. You need to have high quality videos.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my normal things that I like to recommend is just shoot. Just shoot everything. Just shoot it and put it out there because people love to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The backfire of this is if you are looking at that higher class client, they're going to look at that one high class video that you do put out and then watch your other ones and go, what the hell is this? It's actually going to turn their nose up at it. All the time? No.
So almost
But
like less is more.
it's almost like less is more. So that's what I'm going to suggest with this. I'm going to suggest a few videos that are going to put them higher class. They're going to make them look more like the avenue they want to look at.
Gotcha.
Right? They look like.
Yeah.
So I think everyone needs some type of video business card. You put a face to a business and you tell me what that business is. But more importantly, what it will do for me.
As a client.
Yes. What your business will do for me. Okay. So I want that video to be sparkle, clean. Think chrome and black. Think like super high class luxury. You want it to feel smooth. You want the music to be timeless, nothing like now oriented. Don't worry about flashy editing. Don't worry about like what's hip and trendy and going to garnish attention because you don't want that. You want to build your follower base. And if you want that follower base to be this, getting a nice 30 to 60 second video business card telling me who you are, what you do, and why you do it better than everybody else out there, that's going to sink my teeth into who your brand is. Okay?
Right.
High polish, though. Nice lighting, controlled lighting. Everyone in the background being controlled and directed. High quality. Okay? Now we move into explainer videos because, and we will get more into the website soon, you have on here services. And when we look at services, there's only two options.
Yep.
One of the options being a Prez gel. Am I saying that right? I'm not saying that right. I guarantee I'm not
It's
saying that
something with the gel nails.
right. Gel X.
Can I see?
See, yeah,
Yes.
A Prez. Yeah, that's like a
Prez?
brand name.
Anyway,
you pronounced it correctly.
Good job.
for real?
Close
Yeah.
enough.
Everybody give a like on this video. Jason pronounced it correctly.
So you have that and then rewards. Okay. The rewards are great, but services is
Yeah,
this all
like-
is this all you do?
Even as a woman who sometimes has her nails done,
Yes.
I would not know what to do with that. I'm like, okay, what if I don't want
Right.
gel gel? Help me.
Gel
nails?
X.
Gel, yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Or
gel
what if
nails.
I want a pedicure? Like,
Yeah.
I don't see any tabs for pedicures.
Now, it does say Gel X. It doesn't say manicure, pedicure.
True,
But
I don't know.
I'd like to know.
But I don't know what that is.
So when you're talking to your audience, I know you want that higher end audience, but you still have to talk to your audience on a communicable level, meaning you need to explain to your audience in as few words as possible and as easy as possible so they can understand. For example, I'm not talking film language. You know, I'm not talking like you need a jib crane to do this and then a dolly crescent movement because you don't know what that means. It doesn't matter. You need a polished video. So on here, the About Us, I would say for each of the things you actually do, you need a video for. A simple 20, 30-second video needs to look good, needs to sound good. Good lighting and good sound will take you above anything else.
yeah.
But I want those videos. I want the videos like, what are you going to do for me? Someone who's making $125,000 a year, I would suspect is caring more about what are you going to do for me?
Yeah, like I would want to see like somebody's foot slipping into that nice tub of bubbling warm
Yes,
water
yes.
and giving me that foot massage or having my nails painted or something. So like I would want to feel like I'm being pampered by looking at that in that cool luxury video. I want to envision myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to see the experience. We need to see what you're doing for people. And you don't have to say it. You don't have to come out and say, we do this.
No, it's better to show it. Because it sounds salesy if you say it.
That's it. That's it right there. We don't want to sell with our content marketing. We want to show what we can do. And then your audience is going to understand what you can offer, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's going to connect way more, because as soon as you say, we do pedicures, half off this weekend. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You lost me.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. If I'm that person, if I'm the person looking for the high quality.
Because somebody who's making $125,000, they're not going to look for that 50% off logo that you just posted on Instagram. They're going to be looking for that, wow, like, look at this experience. Look at, she's getting a hand massage in one picture and she's getting a foot massage in the other. Oh, I didn't know I could get that. You know, it's like, I'm willing to pay for that if someone's going to pamper me.
I'm totally stealing this back to video now, away from Instagram and your
but
Instagram
that's what I mean.
peoples.
But I'm just saying that that could be shown through video, the whole
100%.
being pampered. Yeah.
And it can be simple.
Yeah.
It can be simple, but keep the class. The other thing I want more than anything is that you are talking about wanting to be a positive change in people's lives. You want to be a positive change in the community and make people feel good about themselves and be that brand that people actually know, right? So with that in mind, I want to know, who are you? Who is doing this? Who is behind this? We saw her face on Instagram, the circle, the brand. She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
And she looks great and she looks confident. I want to see more of her. I want to see more of her actually interacting with people. And if I see that, I know whose voice this is now.
Literally.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yep. The other thing is we need to hear from the people you're changing. Now, you do have amazing Google reviews. They have amazing Google reviews. They have 209, I think, right now.
What, 4.4
4
stars on average?
4.4, 209 reviews. Fantastic. That's amazing. You also have reviews on Yelp. You have reviews on other, what was the other one that you found? The other
I was just looking at Google Business primarily.
There was some other websites too that are more like nail specific. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. I want to see video. I want to see a person who was enraptured by the experience of coming into your salon and just loving every second of it. I want to hear their words, and then I want to see them in the salon having these things done. Here's the scoop on all this. This is usually where I say, you can do this at home. Unless you know video, unless you truly know which movements of a camera evolve into what thoughts people have while watching it and how to edit it in a way. Unless you know these steps, it's going to be hard to make this yourself. This is where I say, if you want this high class with video, and we've talked about it before, we'll talk about it forever, video is the easiest and best way to connect with any audience. People are willing to watch short videos. They are every platform out there. Video emotionally connects your audience by sight, by sound, and by story. And once you have these, you are literally connecting with the people who are watching this, and they want to be connected with you.
And when you connect with a feeling by, hopefully the video will make you feel warm and fuzzy, and people will remember the feeling above anything else, above the visuals, above the text, above what you say. How that video makes them feel is what's going to resonate with them and associate that with your business.
People don't buy the product, they buy the feeling it makes them feel.
Yes.
Okay? If I could quote the person, I would sound way, way more intelligent right now. But
put it on the screen.
I want to say it's the dude from Shark Tank, Mark Cuban. I want to say it's Mark Cuban.
I'm going to put, I think it's the...
Is it Dennis...
Are you saying it's Dennis Feinstein?
I'm going to cut right to the chase. I don't like charity. I don't get it. Feels to me like I'm giving money away and getting nothing in return.
Dennis Leary?
Oh,
Dennis Leary?
Who's that?
Folks, I'd like to sing a song about the American dream.
That's a comedian from SNL.
Please cut that out.
Oh my God! Put this in the embarrassing outtakes for Nathan Reel.
Can I look up the Shark Tank? Can we?
No.
All
Let's
right.
dive because
All
this,
right.
we're on your
We're
time
on-
right
yeah,
now.
here we go.
I'll be proven right.
All right, we'll see.
Not about Dennis Lee. That was way off. Yes. But there's a guy,
Back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Wonderful. All right.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
So you are going to need to hire a video crew. You're going to need to hire someone who understands your vision, what you're trying to do, and understands the theory craft behind how to make this actually work. Because there's video people out there who can shoot gorgeously, but if you can't convey the actual feeling that you're wanting to connect with your audience, it's just going to be noise.
and most of that is done through editing, I've learned by hanging around you. So it's like no matter how pretty the scenery or the location or the lighting, the way you edit something is what makes you connect with that feeling. Yeah.
You can only polish a rock so long, but if you get good video and good editing
Yep.
with a marketing mindset.
Yep.
So those are like the key parts that I would do. And I would rather see fewer videos of higher quality than videos all the time.
So you don't think that she should record video all the time and put it on YouTube?
I'm a little hesitant about
She
it,
should
actually.
just focus on putting that on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, even so, like, I think Instagram and TikTok would be fantastic for here's what we're doing today.
that's what I'm saying, the everyday videos.
Having the everyday. And that's how you're going to grow interest.
Yeah.
But you're going to grow a following by providing value.
Gotcha.
Whether that value is teaching, educating, or showing something really high class. Think about everything you put out there, every photo, every video you put out there. Think, will my avatar like this? And if she likes that, you're set because you are actually talking to your avatar.
Here's a question though. So you want to strengthen the brand image and you're doing that by sort of promoting a less is more
Yes,
type of thing.
yes.
But we also want to build a follower base.
Correct.
How does she take that brand identity, like just elegant, fine, high
Yes.
quality, but also be regular enough that followers continue to come back and stay regular? How does she do that? Maybe more in-person event type things or something of that nature. So I just mean that we ought to suggest some way to keep people consistently coming back as
Right.
opposed to
I agree.
watching one video. Right.
I
do agree.
I will make a suggestion for that during the photo
During your
section.
photo section.
Yeah.
Okay. You bring up a really good point because the rule of social media is not one and done.
Right.
That's death to your brand. So you need to have those high quality things. But now we start thinking out of the box aspects. I think having live events, having things like that, and then capturing those live events is fantastic. And rule of social media thumb most of the time is more the better. By constantly being in people's faces, you are providing the mirror effect, the MERE effect, meaning that the more times we associate this brand, this one thing, the more you're likely to trust them,
Yep.
the more you're likely to identify with them.
Yep.
So by having more content online, it's fantastic, but I still have to say everything has to be a little higher notch.
That makes it more attractive to
Correct.
have like a very specific vision of the brand and
Yeah.
to decide less is more. So I mean, it's an interesting almost problem, like you said, you gotta be creative to deal with.
I mean,
I'm interested to see what you have to say about
I
the
am too.
photos.
Me too. I guess we'll find out
Well,
in a minute.
I think a fun
We'll all
idea
find
for
out.
what she can have, especially if you're aiming for the 35 to 65 market, I think that falls in line with like the NPR crowd. People who are more socially aware
Yep.
of topics, not socially aware of sorry, I make that sound like kids aren't. I say kids. Younger people aren't.
Like they're active.
But I think they're active with their money. They're
Yes.
active with their actual funds. So with that in mind, I think she could probably do a show. I think she could do like a nicely lit, well-produced 20, 30-minute show, like a podcast or a video show weekly
Okay.
where she interviews other people. And that could be of educational means.
And then
it could be,
that could be tied into what she was trying to promote, like the whole positivity and
Bingo.
empowerment and stuff.
How do you empower people?
I love
you
that.
talk with them, you learn their stories,
Yeah.
you build them up, and you build your community up.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool idea, but it has to be well produced. Good audio, good lighting, good value.
Oh, you got to turn it towards me now so I can watch the clock and do the perfect wrap up.
All right, let's jump into
Photo. Let's see how long it will take for Nathan. He got the timer right. On the
Time's running
first.
out. You got 14.
And done. So I want to say this first so I can tie it into what you were talking about. So how do we bridge the high-end client from the YouTube production to the Instagram? And you do that through photo because unfortunately for you, photo is cheaper than video. So
Yeah.
let's say she can't afford the full production. She can afford a photographer for like a day, and then so she can post photos every day on top of the regular, behind the scenes stuff she could do for the stories. So she could post high-end photos pretty much every day if, she has a high quality, base of high quality photos to choose from. So that could be anywhere from, headshots to behind the scenes. And the other thing I was thinking too, like if we do like high quality photos of her showing the safe and the sanitary environment that she talks about on her website. So I want to see that here is the, us setting up the safe and the sanitary, and this is what we do before and after.
And what makes safe and sanitary,
And
because I don't know
talking
what that
about
means.
that. Yeah. So when she posts like this is what we do with like sanitizing the tools, I want to see photos of that. So that could all be shot in one day, showing everything. And then we could do like, client, interaction and stuff like, and especially the beautiful people that she has working for her. Good job on the headshots, by the way. It
Yeah,
looks
they do look
amazing.
good, yeah.
But like I want to see that client interaction with their people who work there. And I think
Because that was something that you felt was not really present on the Instagram.
that's
at the
correct.
moment, in
So
terms
that's
of
not
human beings. Doing
human
things,
beings and
yeah.
faces. Like everybody wants to see human faces. I mean, we're programmed to do that subconsciously. So when I go, I see a lot of pretty nails, but I want to see who those pretty nails belong to. I want to see the people behind that. So those are my suggestions.
Facts don't sell. Stories sell.
Yes.
Okay? Stories and emotions. If you look through these images, you have a lot of nails, right?
Yep.
Basically, that's the fact.
Yep.
The fact is, we do nails. Here's the nails that we do. Okay.
How do you tell a story?
How
from
do you
there?
tell a story?
Get
So like
people-
right here, I'm looking at this. So I'm guessing this is all one person. So okay, great, beautiful. Like I want to see her face. Like who do these nails belong to? Like she could write about, like Melissa came in and, this is her 5th time here and
Oh,
these are
okay.
the stories. So like she could make her own story about that. But like I want to see Melissa. I want to see who did Melissa's nails. Why did she pick this color? Does it mean something to her? Is it like her birthday or something like that? So there's a small story right there that you can
okay.
create super quick and easy just by talking to the client.
Now, is it true? Because I don't know what it's like to be a woman between 35 and 65, especially.
Yeah, yeah.
But women want to go on Instagram and look at like nice nails and go, oh, that's like nice, like that's
It's
cool.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's now she's already doing that.
Okay.
But maybe if we're gonna recommend like a strategy for bringing in followers, that's maybe the avenue. Like look at this cool
Right.
nail thing.
Because not only that, like if you feature the clients and their stories, they're more likely to share if it's something about them.
And then literally someone else is doing the work for you.
Yes.
Yep. Right. Like you mean shares and put it on their
Yes.
story
Yes,
and like
put
show
it on
people.
their story,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
And also the
interesting.
other
Yeah.
thing I was thinking, like you mentioned like events, having events, and I'm like, you could have the contest. It's like nominate like why your mom needs a nail makeover or something, and then you have the story again, like somebody saying, oh, this is my mom, she's never had her nails done, wouldn't it be nice to pamper her for her birthday or Mother's Day? So then it's more exposure because like they could win something.
Yeah. And I'm literally involved and engaged with that person who doesn't exist in your story.
Exactly. Like, why did the poor woman never have a manicure her entire life? Why does she deserve one?
Yeah. So what kind of photos would you recommend?
Well, it depends if you're looking at professional photos or photos from the client, So for professional photos, I would definitely recommend if you're trying to reach that high-end clientele, doing like a beautiful glossy layout, like showing the studio, showing, the people like being pampered, lit perfectly. Like you want that ultimate something that like they would probably see in a magazine, like with pretty jewelry and everything. So that goes towards that whole like, oh, wow, I want to be that person, high-end clientele. So that I would definitely recommend that. I would highly recommend like doing everybody, like a big staff photo in the environment, either inside or outside. Like, this is us having fun. This is us belonging together. This is us as a group.
Building a community.
Yes. And, she wants to feature her app. I want to see somebody using her app.
Right.
What's the step-by-step
Damn, that's
thing?
good. That's
like,
really good.
Describe like what does it do for me?
Right.
How do I go about doing this? And that's something you can post about, on your Instagram or your website.
I forgot to add that into video, but you're absolutely right. Is showing someone using it.
Yeah. Because I like, why should I care about your app? You need to tell me why I want to care about
That's
your
it.
app. Yeah.
That's
it's
it.
great that you have an app, but what's in it for me? Everybody's
it for your
selfish.
client?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not about selfish, but that is true. Is like,
Yeah.
you need to put your client as the hero of the story.
Yep. Yep. The other thing I wanted to mention, like, she's trying to be like very positive and inclusive, and somewhere I wrote down work of art, like somewhere because so that's what the name inspired me. Like, it's a polished work to me. So polish, obviously nail polish, and I'm like, work of art. Like, how could we work that into like a promotional thing? So I'm thinking she could do something like have an advertisement or like a contest or something like, hey, we're trying to create works of art for the nail studio to display. Do you want to participate in being part of this work of art? And people could either submit suggestions on what that work of art should be, of course, involving nails and something, or they could maybe offer to do something like, hey, I am a painter. I can use your nail art or your studio or your vision or something as a work of art. And you can have the community be involved in creating what that work of art is. Like suggestions, contests,
interesting.
submissions. I mean,
Yeah.
why not get everybody and then
Build
you could,
the community,
Yes,
build
and
the
then
word of
people
mouth.
can vote on it. Like, you
Bingo.
could put it on Instagram, the
Yeah.
submissions. What's more popular? Like, and I keep thinking like a silhouette shot. Like, because I'm thinking photo. So for me, a cool work of art would be like a silhouette shot, and only like the nails are lit.
That's
and
what
then
I was
the
thinking,
woman's in
yeah.
a silhouette. So it would be like this. You could like something like that.
Yeah.
I have a hard time describing it, but that would be a work of art that you could display proudly.
Can I add something to this
absolutely.
real quick? As soon as you said a work of art, it made me think of maybe the work of art isn't a physical, literal explanation of a work of art, but what if it's the polished person? The person comes out of this feeling confident, feeling stronger. She wants to build a positive community.
Yeah.
She wants to make people feel better about themselves. And there was a giant list of amazing adjectives in there. But what if the polished work is actually the person when it's done? It's, hey, you got your life together. You're working this great job.
Love
You have a
that.
family. You have this. This is just icing on the cake, but it's what ties you together
Wow.
and to make you
I love that.
the polished art.
And that goes along with the whole empowerment and
Bingo.
positivity.
Bingo.
Love that.
If you want to
Absolutely
empower
love that.
people, make them feel empowered.
Yeah. I
Give them
absolutely
something to
love
walk
that.
away. Just like with you do. Like, I've watched women walk out of your boudoir sessions
Mm-hmm.
feeling 9-10 times larger. Like, their head is just glowing because they feel so confident. And if you can do that with nails, you're changing lives.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's how you have to market it. You don't say we're changing your life.
Yeah.
We're not saying that.
Yeah.
But you need to, in your wording, in your choice of images, in how you present your brand, you need to say, we are changing your life for the better.
Something as simple as seeing the whole person, and I think she's about to go to a big business meeting, or say something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like what we're talking about is the type of thing that she could handle with an iPhone, right? I mean, like to the extent of
Like
of
for Instagram,
posting,
yes.
posting regularly. I mean, I guess this is a question. Like, is it reasonable to post iPhone photos on her Instagram? Like, I mean,
Yes,
probably
and
yes.
I mean, that's what these are, and she definitely should be doing that, and she's doing it very regularly. All I suggest is that she just include faces if she wants that more human interaction, because when people are scrolling through Instagram, they're probably going to stop at a face before they stop at a nail. And something we noticed
Which
while
we're
looking
going to
at
prove.
it, yeah, because like anything that involves a human being on her feed has more likes and views than just nails or ads.
Yeah, and this is not just her brand thing. This is over the board. Every brand we look at, this is the same issue.
Yes.
What's your opinion on carousels?
I think they're very useful because you can show more of the story. So you're telling more of a visual story. Right now, shorter carousels are more in trend, but I don't think you can, if you have 10 photos, use 10 photos or break it up into 2 posts. Carousels are great. You could make it into reels, by adding music. So absolutely, I love them. The more you post, the better.
And I love that you said you're telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you can tell the images in a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
like the final polished image, the polished work
Yeah.
is the first image.
Yeah.
Now take me through the journey.
Like,
I know this is the movie
how it
poster.
ended, yes.
This is how it ended. Show me the journey now.
I love that because obviously you want the eye-catching thing to be the
Correct.
So
It
that's
has to be
why,
the first thing.
Like I want it to be like here or like here or like just like find a cute way to display
Yeah.
it.
With
Like
the same background, clean lighting.
and you could even show somebody's personality by saying, okay, show me your best nail pose and like give
Yeah.
them options like, show me 5 of your best nail poses or like something cute, So it's like then you pick yours and then she'll be more excited because like, oh, I want to see, let me see, when are you posting,
And then they're more apt to share.
Exactly.
Thus getting your brand out there
Exactly.
easier.
Yep.
Thus building the community. Nathan, can you dive into what you would suggest for photos on top of this?
Well, I was going to jump on the idea of showing the process of how the nails are done. To actually show the process, I have a sense that would be more interesting for somebody who's actually interested in like look at this really complex nail pattern. Oh wow, it requires a lot more work than I thought. Things like that.
True.
That's an angle that actually could not only like inspire confidence in the company, but also draw in an audience
Right.
because they want to see.
Right.
People are interested in how this thing is.
Yes, because
made and done,
there's nail artists that actually like literally
Mm-hmm.
draw everything like one line at a time, and then there's just peel and stick ones. So if there's nail artists, it goes along with the
Yes.
whole work and
Treat it like a piece of art, yeah.
Exactly. I would definitely feature that highly. Yes.
To the
agreed.
extent that she can make everything about that, like it's all about we're creating art and it's a piece of polished piece of art. That's like the focal point it should be of the branding.
And talk about the artist behind the art. Like if
Yeah.
somebody
That's a
has
good
a
point.
special skill, feature that nail person. How did they learn it? How long?
Yeah.
What's their hobbies? You
That's
can
like
talk about that
following-
forever.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's
But
fine.
that's like following tattoo artists. Like I'm going to follow a tattoo artist that I align with their art style on. And I will go to a tattoo shop to get a tattoo from them, but if they're not available, I will look at who else is there.
Yeah.
And if their art doesn't line up with mine, that's cool. I'll find someone else.
Yeah.
But learning the history about who is the artist, that's going to endear me to the art that much more.
Not only that, you would be more endeared to the shop that supports the
100%.
artist. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And that literally, like the few tattoos that I have, the location, I can't remember the artist names, but I can remember the actual places I went to. So I think that's a real telling factor is where they're at. So if you have a good talented artist, maybe feature their art. And then maybe they are. Like, did you look at the highlights on here?
I did not. Did you?
No.
We are going to right now.
Yes. Did you look at the
FAQs,
highlights?
testimonials, nail care, lots of education. That's awesome. And browse booking, lots of cool stuff. Holy crap.
But maybe feature the artist
But
too.
maybe feature the artist too.
Yep.
Yeah. What
Wonderful.
else? Anything else you want to talk about for photo?
I think they're doing great. I think there should be way more professional photos on their website that shows what they do. Like this is gel, this is whatever, I don't know all the terms. So there should be a photo with each service so people can visualize what that actually looks
Because
like.
there's a lot of photos right now of just nails on the website. Maybe
Yeah.
that's more appropriate, more for the Instagram.
Yes,
Although,
that's and I think there should be more photos over on the website. I think the website is very light on photos.
I think so,
They have
too.
a lot of great information, but not enough photos.
It's an image-based service. I want to see more images.
and especially like the photos of the staff is great, but there should be more images of what they're doing and the buildings and everything else that comes along with running a business.
Okay. Nice. Let's dive into marketing.
all right.
in 3 seconds.
Oh, I paused it.
Nice. Okay, Hilda, I know you've been wanting to talk about the Instagram real quick. Let's talk about their Instagram
Okay.
and see how we can do it better.
It kind of goes back to the photo thing, so I feel like I already talked about that.
Then I will do it.
You do it, yes.
Okay. So what I'm seeing here on the Instagram is a lot of graphics. I'm seeing a lot of graphics, and I think graphics are a good way to emphasize information. But when I'm looking through this site, I'm seeing a couple nails, zero connection with people, but a lot of graphics. Now, if I go into these posts, here is nails for 2 likes, graphics for 1, graphics for 2, graphics for 3, nails for 6, graphics for 5. What that's telling me, and we went through a lot of these before the show started. We went through a lot, and almost all the graphics are very low. So people aren't engaging with you on the graphics. So graphics might be better used for stories.
Yep.
You still have the same image, still bring them to the site. You can have a highlight at the very top of your thing here with local or like recent information or deals and services. Like they do have an events.
Or if you're
thing
going to
right
do
here.
a graphic, add a photo. Like it doesn't
Right.
hurt to do a graphic and a photo together.
So we get down here, we have all these nails, right? 12 likes. Let's get down to the first. Now, there are pictures like this where it's like heavy graphics and photos, but okay, that's 16 views.
So that's higher
16
than
likes.
the-
That's already
way
like,
higher than the
but let's get down to a picture that's actually person-based, and we have 11 likes, okay?
Yep.
I see this face, I see the smiling face, and it makes me just want to connect with her. Okay? I want to see more of that.
Yep.
I think that, like, granted, we're learning a lot about the nail community.
Yes, we are.
And people love showing nails because that's their work.
Yes.
We love showing
Yes.
your photos. We love showing my videos. We love showing everything we do. You love showing your photos at your gallery because that's what we do. That's what we create. But how does that affect the client? How does that affect your avatar? What's in it for them?
They want to know who is doing their nails.
Yeah.
They need to see that people who are there are happy getting their nails done. And the way to communicate that through your Instagram is by showing the people who are getting their nails done, who's doing the nails, who's happy to be there.
So perfect example here. We have Mother's Day gift ideas, 1 like, which is a great idea, by the way. Gift ideas, that's always a good plus.
Absolutely.
But it's 1 like, and then you have a laughing emoji with video at 60 likes. It's
because video gets higher likes.
video is going to get higher likes than photos, but it's definitely going to get higher likes than graphics. Graphics are the easiest way to get your information out there, but it's not going to engage the community enough to grow the community. Unless your Instagram is just information based. Like there are a lot of people out there who just give tips and tricks, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Those will grow, but not the same thing. Anything else about Instagram that you can think about?
I do like that it's if their branding has purple and green, then it seems like they're on brand because I see a lot of purple
Very
and green.
good point. Let's talk about the branding element. 'Cause I think
Yes.
their branding is what, purple?
If it's not, then they're doing it wrong. But I think at least there's purple in the branding somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. So let's
Can you
go
pull
over
up their
web.
website? Yeah.
Let's go to their website real quick, and we are going to. Yes, it is purple and
Okay.
gray.
Okay, so that's really good. It's
Yeah,
on brand.
nice
yeah.
job. And then keep that color consistent through every platform you can. I love their website. That was the very first thing we looked up before the show started. We were glowing about how good the website felt. It's really good. It's not too much text and then too much text and then too much text. It's very easy for business owners to go like, oh, let me tell you everything that we do.
Yep.
But sometimes less is more.
Yes, but
And
like
then-
I said, the services need to be
Yes.
more defined. And there was something else. I wonder if the space that they're renting, like the backyard, that was a little confusing because it's like I saw a picture of it on the
were
website,
photos.
but I don't know if it was as well defined as in like, hey, we're also a rental space. That's obvious on Instagram because they have that landing page where it like lists all the different things that they do. I don't know if the website communicates it that well.
So
or if I wasn't
that's the
paying-
photo.
yes.
That's the backyard.
So I kind of feel like it takes away from we're a high-end nail salon, but we also rent out the backyard. So there's like a disconnect for me. So I wonder if that should be like maybe just like a whole separate website, like put it somewhere else.
I think that's a great idea.
You know, like it doesn't feel like it belongs. You
Right.
know, it's like you're taking me out of the whole nail experience, high end. Oh, and we also rent it out for weddings or parties.
Now,
and I'm like,
I don't mind linking to the other site.
exactly.
Be like, hey, are you looking for a venue?
Yes.
Check this out.
Click here to see
Click
our
that
venue.
to go to a
but
different
like
page.
to include it in the website, it's
Right.
kind of like it doesn't feel right to me.
I love that there's shop, and I know she's very interested in glowing up the online shop.
Mm-hmm.
The shop's great. It looks
Mm-hmm.
freaking fantastic. You have notebooks, you have branded stuff.
Yep.
But remember, every piece of merchandise you sell has to speak back to your brand. If you're just selling random things, like there are some things on here, like I love my nail tech, things like that, and I think that's fine. But does that sell your brand? Does that speak to your brand? Does that speak to the benefits of what
Yeah.
you're trying to
Does
do?
it say I'm trying to reach the high end
Or
client?
does it say you're trying to reach the high-end client, or does it say here's how to make a buck right now?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the thing, Etsy shop, fantastic idea. Set up an Etsy shop.
Then keep it on
and maybe
Etsy,
say, hey, check out our Etsy shop
Yep.
for more things.
Yep.
But keep your higher quality stuff on here.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have quite a bit on here for online shop things. Apparel for the home,
Mm-hmm.
wellness, drinkware. What's the drinkware? Ooh.
Does it have only their branding on there?
No, it's like nail jokes
Okay.
and things like that.
So that I like that. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean, everything is nail based from what I can tell.
Okay.
If it interferes with my nail appointment, that's fun. That's funny. And I think that's great. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't scream higher end.
Yeah, I see your point.
But it does scream community.
True. So I mean, I wouldn't take it out, but
wouldn't-
maybe just
yeah.
tweak it a little bit somehow. And
Maybe.
it also it leads me to the question of, is this something that they're actually selling on site in their nail studio? Like, do they have,
Maybe.
maybe. So
YouTube, you have 4 videos on. You got to crank that up. And then I would personally, if you have a polished work as your YouTube channel, if that's the name, fantastic. I don't know if you do or not, because I don't think that's right. It's at Moncherry227.
can I go back to the podcast real
I
quick?
kind of want to kill these videos off here
Why?
because they don't scream the actual feeling of the branding elements. Put these on a separate channel. That's great. Start up a new channel. That's fantastic. But every video on that channel, I want to see brand oriented.
Okay.
And there's something very specific, crap that I'm forgetting. Oh, there's a video right here that says now high hiring.
How old is that video?
3 years old.
Yeah.
So there's four videos, 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, and 9 months.
Okay, so when videos are that old and not updated, it says
Yes.
that you don't care about your product
It
or
does feel
your
like that,
your
yeah.
brand. So yeah, that's why. So going back to the podcast for a
Yes.
minute, because we're trying to wrap
I
everything
really
up.
want to talk about this.
Okay, so I think that the fact that she's so community oriented. I think a podcast is a great idea. And I was going to say, if she reaches out to high end businesses and interviews them, therefore she will reach that higher end client through
Right,
that high end
right.
business person that they're interviewing. So even if it has nothing to do with the nail business per se, but she's like, oh, I'm looking for other individuals that are women that are running their own businesses. So building that community, but that person she's interviewing might have access to more of those high-end clients that she's looking for.
I totally
and
agree.
just by having them on the podcast, that's
Totally agree.
And also,
That's cross-promotional.
cross promotion through Instagram, and there's many ways to do that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's cross promotional by bringing someone on your podcast because now you have a new audience, vice versa.
Yes.
The other aspect of that is we read through a bunch of their Google reviews, and one thing that constantly came up was it was a Black-owned business, and I think lean into that. I think really lean because people were like, "I love supporting a Black-owned business, and we love coming here. We love the atmosphere. We love the experience." I mean, you got some great reviews on there. Lean into that and maybe interview other Black-owned business owners. Focus on other women business owners. I think that's a beautiful idea. But literally what you're doing by doing that is you're creating a community, but then you're empowering other people who might be overshown in normal lines of media.
Right.
And I think that's beautiful. That's
Right.
amazing.
Right.
And I think it's going to make you look outstanding. You're going to be the forerunner because you're going to be the one empowering.
And she can put her podcast on the new YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, of course. And that's what we do. You're watching this on our YouTube channel. This is our podcast, which we also have on Podbean, which is also on Apple, blah, 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 and everything else.
And by sharing the stories from other people, then
Yes,
you're creating
yes.
more content. You're
Yes.
telling the story. You're connecting with the community. So it's a win-win all around.
Podbean, definitely get on Podbean too. That's my
Podbean.
favorite service.
Are you messing with me right now? Because that's hilarious.
I don't know I didn't know that was
That's
a real
what I
thing.
thought.
Wait,
Podbean is a podcasting service, a hosting site.
Right, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you need to have a hosting site before you post to any podcast
Right.
apps like Apple.
I'm sorry to take us off track.
No,
I just
like-
thought it would be funny.
That just nosedived
I'm like,
really
huh?
quick. But
My bad. In terms of we're at the point of like wrapping things up. Connecting the vision of reaching for
Correct.
a high income woman in this age range with having a follower fan base by showing things like not necessarily tutorials, but the how it's done with the nails.
Yeah.
And then also maybe stitching in the fact that it's an event space, maybe it being an event space, maybe, a question that if we could, sit down with her would be like, how are you utilizing the fact that as an event space, you have people coming in consistently? I assume she's using it as a venue to network with people.
it looks like, honestly, it looked like an outdoor
But that was just
space.
one thing. She might be using the
That's-
entire
that's true.
location.
That's
too.
true.
Even
That's
if they're in the outdoor space,
true.
they're right there.
Yeah.
So, she's in contact with businesses consistently. So I just think that's a smart move to have a networking space.
Yeah. And if she has the podcast, she could talk about the events she might be hosting and invite those people on. So
Everything you do, create a CTA at the beginning, at the end. At the beginning, not so much. You have to garnish attention. But at the end is very important. A CTA is a call to action. Tell people what you want them to do. In 3.5 minutes, we're going to hear our CTA, but think about what you want your people to actually do with the content that you are creating. So if you want to have an event space, if you want to have other aspects of revenue streams,
Yep.
so you have a podcast and you say, hey, we also have event spaces at the end after, you do the like, subscribe, and everything else.
Most definitely. I think if you're not at a place yet where you're ready to start a podcast, because it can be a lot of work, as we know. I think the most achievable, like readily available thing to do is take a picture of every step of the process of doing someone's nails. Make that like like a series or something. Make that like your regular post is showing the how it's done, and that because that's just like. It's something you can do. It takes a little more, time.
You mean for every client? Because
For every
every
client, or,
process is
everything
different?
that they want,
Okay.
that she wants to show, like this is an impressive, piece of work, and then then you tie in that this is the creating this piece of artwork,
Yeah.
and then you have your CTA go, follow us,
Right.
all
Yeah.
these things that you want to impress upon the customer. But I mean that's I think creating the follower base. It has to be a regular thing that is people are. Frankly, like really want to check out the new
Right,
thing that you just
right.
did.
Yeah.
So that's where my mind goes is that type of thing.
And if they're willing to let their photos be taken, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to say, would you mind doing a quick video testimonial
Right.
and just turning the camera
But
on them?
it has to be good audio.
Yes.
If it's shitty audio, I'm not going to listen to it.
I think that's why
Good
you lean
point.
towards pictures. I
Okay.
mean,
Yep.
it's going to be
That's a good point.
Photo is going to be more affordable, and it's even if you
do yourself.
even if you
Yes.
don't pay a professional, you can take decent photos on a phone, which kind of sucks to say as a photographer. It's
Yeah.
like, now it's worth it to pay the commercial
It is.
photographer. It's just that the first most readily available step is that.
Agreed.
So real quick, let me wrap this up. Go ahead and mute that real quick because I do want to touch on a very couple things that you are doing right. She is answering back to every Google review. I think that is one of the best things you can possibly do because now you're being transparent as a business. The other thing is your website, again, is really good. Besides adding more visual aspects, I love it. I'm in the appointment and menu and the services page, and it's nice and clean. It's super user-friendly. I can go through this and they have their cancellation policy right here. They have their menus of manicures, of nail enchantments, and it just keeps going. And it makes me feel like this is great. Like you got this on point. I think you understand your audience perfectly. I think she really gets a grasp of what it takes to do this.
Yes.
I think she just needs to bring this over to other aspects now. And then the struggle that we all have as creatives, as business owners, is we need to keep doing it. Social media is not a one and done thing. It is not a 1 year and done thing. People always talk about like, oh, well, it can become a viral thing. It's like, it could be. The
But
chances of it
don't
happen,
count on it.
never,
Yeah.
ever count on it. And
Yep.
if you are working with a business that says we will make a viral video for you, that you check out right
Nope.
there.
There's
No
no
one can guarantee
guarantees.
that.
No.
Because the viral video only goes viral because of what's happening in the world per chance when that video is released.
Yep.
Okay. So what you're doing is fantastic. Guys out there, if you are not this brand, if you are a separate brand altogether, take a look at their website. Their website is spot on. It is chef's kiss. It is really nice. The branding is really nice from platform to platform. I just want to see more of it.
Yep. And they're being very consistent. We
Yes.
just need to tweak it a little bit, add a little more high-end photo,
Right.
video, and people. And I think she's on it. Yeah.
Okay. Last thoughts, last feelings, last anything.
No, this is like, I was truly impressed with the amount of detail she put into her
Me too.
avatar, her business details. Like, I felt like a little inadequate reading it, if I'm being honest. I'm like, I didn't put that much thought into my business, but that's why you're here. So yeah, keep it up. And then just maybe if she can't do any more, maybe hire somebody to do
Right.
the next step for her. Yeah, because then she'll get there.
Last thoughts?
What she said.
Ah, you lazy.
Well, guys, if you got anything from this, whether you are a nail technician or a business owner or just came up with an idea that, holy crap, that can work for my business, give us a like and a follow, because it truly helps us understand what we need to work on to be better ourselves. Because if we see a video getting way more comments than another video, we know that we're probably doing something right or wrong. Either or, let us know what you think of what we're doing down in the comments, and we will respond to every question, every comment that we do. And that's enough of me shilling, but be sure to follow us because we rock. We
do
have
rock.
so many different shows, and we're doing so much. We do rock.
I can agree
We don't
with
know
that.
what he means by shilling, but we're rocking.
Well, I know what he means.
I'm
What do you
like
mean,
selling myself. Like, look how awesome I am.
Oh,
Shilling.
But yeah,
a big
guys, this is Thanksgiving's next week, and we're going to wrap this up because no one's listening to us right now. Guys, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for taking the time to spend with us. And remember, no matter what line of work you do or what you want to become or where you want your business to go, do something awesome today and be better.
And get on Podbean.
the f is wrong with
Get on
you?
Podbean. You can cut that out. You can cut that.
What's Podbean?
Exactly.
Why? Oh my God. Is there a Podbean? Is he f***ing with me?
Get on Podbean.